Jameson tutorials. In this session we focus on binomial expansions, and the question says if x is so small that its cube and higher powers are negligible, show that the root of 1 plus x all over 1 minus x is equal to 1 plus x plus half x squared. By taking x equals 1 over 9, show that the root of 5 is approximately equal to 181 all over 81. So we begin with the first part, the expansion of 1 plus x all over 1 minus x. In order to expand it, we first use laws of indices to simplify, which should become 1 plus x to the power half all over 1 minus x to the power half. This now gives 1 plus x to the half into 1 minus x to the negative half. Here we have two expansions in one, so I will first expand them individually before multiplying. In order to expand, I will make use of the formula 1 plus x to the n equals 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 all over 2 factorial x squared. The formula is found in the formula booklet, so if you can't recall it, always go to the formula booklet to get it. So if I start with the first expansion, the constant term in the expansion is 1, and in the formula 2 it is 1, so things become easier. We'll start with 1 plus n. N is half. The power here is half, which corresponds to n. Then x plus n, that is half, into half minus 1 all over 2 factorial, then x squared. And that should give 1 plus half x plus half into half minus 1 is negative half over 2 factorial, which is 2, and then x squared. They said the higher powers are neglected as from cube, so that's why we're ending at x squared. This should be equal to 1 plus half x plus, in order to evaluate this, especially where there are fractions, we first multiply the numerators. We have positive 1 times negative 1, which gives negative 1. Then we multiply the denominators. We have 2 times 2 times 2, which gives 8. Then x squared. So this is 1 plus half x minus 1/8 x squared. When I take the other expansion, it says 1 minus x raised to the power negative half. If I use the formula again, first term is 1, I begin with it, plus the power, that's n, and n is negative half into x. The position of x in the formula is replaced by negative x, plus negative half into negative half minus 1 all over 2 factorial negative x all squared. That should be 1 plus negative half times negative x should be half x, then plus negative half into negative 3 over 2 all over 2 factorial is 2, negative x all squared should be x squared, and that gives 1 plus half x. Again, I multiply the numerators. Negative 1 times negative 3 should be positive 3. 2 times 2 times 2 should be 8, and then x squared. So having the two expansions now, I would get the expansion by multiplying the two expansions. The first one is 1 plus half x minus 1 over 8 x squared plus that into the next expansion, which is 1 plus half x plus 3 over 8 x squared. Remember, they say the cube and higher powers are negligible. So when I start expanding any term that comes out with x cubed, x to the fourth, and so on, I will reject it. I start by expanding 1 all over to the right hand side there. So I get 1 times all of that, so I just copy it. Plus half x times 1 is half x. Half x times half x is 1/4 x, and half x times 3 over 8 x squared will give x cubed, which is negligible, so I reject that term. And the next term is negative 1 over 8 x squared times 1 will be negative 1 over 8 x squared. Negative 1 over 8 x squared times the other terms will give higher terms which are negligible, and so I end there. Now add like terms. We have 1 half x plus half x will give x. This is supposed to be 1/4 x squared, and so we should get 3 over 8 x squared minus 1 over 8 x squared. That should give 2 over 8 x squared, which is the same as 1/4 x squared. 1/4 x squared plus 1/4 x squared would give you half x squared, and it is what they asked us to show. The next part says, by taking x equal 1 over 9, show that root 5 is approximately equal to 181 all over 81. So say when x equals 1 over 9, substituting x on the left hand side and on the right hand side, we get the root of 1 plus 1 over 9 all over 1 minus 1 over 9 equals 1 plus 1 over 9 plus half into 1 over 9 all squared. And this gives 1 plus 1 over 9 plus 1 all over 1 over 9 squared is 1 over 81, and half times 1 over 81 should give 1 over 162. That should give us the LCM being 1 over 6, and the LCM being 162. 162 divided by 1 is 162, plus 162 divided by 9 should be 118 plus 1. Adding all this, 1 plus 8 plus 2 should be 11, 1 and carry 1. 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 1, 8, and then 1 all over 162. On the left we have the root of this is to give 10 over 9 divided by this minus 1 should be 8 over 9 equals 181 all over 162. Here we have over 9 cancelling over 9, and then root of 10 over 8 should be the same as root of 5 over 4 equals 181 all over 162. Now the root of 4 is 2. Root 5 over root 4. Root of 5 divided by 2, since root 4 is 2, should be equal to 181 all over 162. Therefore, root 5 should be equal to 2 times 181 all over 162. And so root 5 should be approximately equal to 181 all over 81 as required.